this came out like basically right on the heels of the comments thing, right? This is the Deer anime. I saw the trailer for this, and I thought it was some sort of joke. Apparently it's not. Apparently it's an actual series. But that's not the controversial part. People think that a bunch of these translations are AI translations, right? So there's a lot of controversy about whether or not it's AI or not. Controversy adds fuel to the ongoing translation AI debates. Basically, to give you a quick lore recap, there's been a very big battle going on about localizers. And a lot of localizers, I think there was like a very... One of the, like the subs said something about, let me put on something less revealing or something like that. And the localization was something like pesky patriarchal standards, something like that, right? Like they changed the meaning of it and threw in like a little bit of spice in there, right? And that was the thing that set everything off, I think. But this has been a thing that personally I've thought about for a very long time, because there are a lot of series that add like current cultural things in them, you know? I don't know how else to call them, but things that, like, if you look back at the series in 10 years or something, like a lot of humor in Full Metal Alchemist, for example, a lot of the haha you're short stuff, it seems kind of cringe, because it just doesn't, it's not funny, right? And if you do that with like modern stuff, it's just not gonna last. Like Shangri-La Frontier is another one that I've heard people talking about. Like they add a bunch of gamer lingo. And it's gamer lingo, it makes sense because it's a series about a game. But at the same time, is it not gonna age horribly? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But all of this is a long-winded way to say that people are now, a lot of people now, are actually on the camp of, this has 12.7 million views. Localizers deserve to be replaced by AI. This is the one job I support AI replacing. And now, before I say anything else, we want to go back to the video we watched about AI ruining the internet real quick, just to hear what past Koroto said, okay? Just real quick.
Are not an artist. You just
And I think a lot of people don't care about that. I don't think a lot of people care about being an artist, and that's what I keep going back to. The fact that cameras replaced painters, slightly off base, but changed this, because I think most people literally don't care about whether or not they are considered an artist. They just want the thing they want, period. Look at... See what I mean? Suddenly, when people don't like the thing that is done by people, all of these debates are out of the window. And he says this is the one job that I support AI taking over. The unfortunate reality is that in the same way, we just talked about YouTubers falling off, etc. If you are not serving your audience, and your audience is mad, they will very quickly forget about you. And that's what I keep coming back to. This AI thing, it will start with things like translations, right? Then it will move on to dubbing, because people will realize that maybe the dubs are slightly off. Maybe they don't do like the right emotions. So it will move on to that. And slowly but surely, this debate will become a lot more spicy. I don't know on which side I land. I genuinely don't, because I know that like in Elden Ring apparently, there are also a bunch of things where people are saying that there are pretty big mistranslations that kind of break the lore. I don't know. I need Vati to explain it to me. I don't know. Because I think there are a lot of things. I think localizing, as much as people meme about it, I do think localizing is genuinely something that people don't think about, but it is incredibly difficult. I think it's very difficult, because if you think about phrases in English, and for those of you who are like, English is not your first language, think about phrases in English and how you would describe them to someone in your own native language. I have this problem all the time, because I'm thinking of like, I can't think of literally anything off the top of my head now. Picture like any saying, basically, and translate it into your own language, and it literally makes no sense. So I think it is difficult to translate these things and have them make sense, because you need to keep the translation as literal as you can, right? But you also need to make sure that it's not so literal that it doesn't make any sense, because there are sayings in like wordplay, puns in Japanese, they're not going to make sense in English. And talking about One Piece is the same thing. people say that the scans are better translations than the originals, but the scans a lot of the time, the only thing that makes them quote-unquote better is that they're literally just more exact. Like, they take the words and translate them literally, and that's it. We'll see how this goes. You know my stance. I am very cynical about this. I think as soon as studios realize that they can do this and basically get rid of localizers, they will. It will be that fast. It won't matter. If people watching these series, because like if you look at this guy wasn't ratioed. This guy wasn't ratioed. So a lot of people agree with this, right? I think as soon as studios realize they can cut corners, they will. Of course they will. Why wouldn't they? Yeah, like a nothing burger. In Latvian, that literally makes absolutely no sense. It's a nothing burger. That literally means nothing. Because slowly but surely, there was also, people are saying that Dude Perfect are now using AI for their thumbnails. Right? Because if you look at these, it's 3 on this side, 2 on that side. I think it's going to, like, very, very quickly, very, very quickly, people will change their minds. And I think that's, like, the unfortunate reality of like, it doesn't matter what people think if they like it. Oh, there's also a bunch of, like, dub stuff? Hold on. Subtitles controversy is detracted from the important use of the dub was done entirely remotely. Oh, yeah, I saw this. People were saying that it was, like, a very, very good development that people could dub remotely, right? Because that's a thing that just opens up the door to so many different people. Yeah, that's good. The only problem with this, as I can already see, is audio mastering. It's good that people can do it remotely, but is when people in their Titans, they sounded like they were in an echoey room, and that's just down to mastering. It's like slightly different mastering, slightly different room acoustics, and it really, really bothered me. In the dub. In the sub, that wasn't a problem. Imagine if this was like a 300 IQ play to make like this weird deer anime, and then do this whole AI thing, because that's like the spiciest thing nowadays, and have people talk about it, and everyone's gonna watch like this weird thing. Just putting it out there.